Hello and welcome back to Ultima 7, the Black Gate and Forge of Virtue. So I think I have the audio problems resolved from last video. I don't know why that was happening, but I think I'm back to normal now. Hopefully that's the case, because I didn't want to re-record the last one for obvious reasons. It's just a bit of a slog reading through all the books, and don't want to do that to this one either, so hopefully I sound okay. Let's see, we are almost done in the Lycaeum. We've got, I think this is the last room down here, and it's a doozy. Okay, let's do this shelf first. Ringworld by Larry Niven. Herein lie the words that tell of adventures to be had in the space between Britannia and the heavens. The work, although fictional, proposes that there are many undiscovered lands that lie between Britannia and other suns. Gone with the Wisp by Margaret Michelino. I don't think we've read this. I feel like I would remember that. This novel, purportedly written by a young gypsy woman, depicts the golden days of Britannia filled with short anecdotes Michelino claims came from her people. The piece is quite amusing. Mandibles by Peter Munchley. Held between the covers of this book is an action-adventure novel about a man-eating sea creature who terrorizes a small coastal town for several months. Dolphin in the Dunes by Peter Heumann. Contained within the pages of this book is what seems to be an allegory for human familial relations. The work is obviously fiction, but the undertones suggest extensive study on humans' part. Halfway through the work, the point of view shifts, permitting the reader to see multiple sides of each issue. And I forget where I was. Yeah, I think this is the last one. No Time to Dance by B.A. Morler. The wonderful depiction of the busy life of two industrious scholars caught betwixt the demands of a forceful taskmaster and the pressure of time. Okay, let's move on to the table. Black Moon, Red Day by Urlin. This novel is set in 13 months in a year's Corolethra. The story describes an epic struggle of man against nature as shifting celestial bodies cause violent changes in the land. In the end, only the mighty supernatural abilities of a sorceress family can prevent global destruction. 13 Months in a Year by Urlin. We just heard about this. This epic details a long, fierce war between swords and spells in a fictional land called Corelethra. I don't know how to pronounce it. The story revolves around a family of sorcerers. In an attempt to usurp his father's power, the youngest brother forms an evil plot of patricide and must be stopped by an outside group of sellswords. Kodavar by Nexa. Within the pages of this novel is the parable of an usurping lord seemingly inspired by Blackthorn's tyrannical rule during Lord British's disappearance more than 200 years ago. Seems to be a lot of usurping going on the table right now. I lost track of where I was. I think we're here. How to Conquer the World in 3 Easy Steps by Maximilian the Amazingly Mean. Found within are the ravings of a deranged megalomaniac cleric describing his plans for the domination of Britannia. And after I have acquired the vast corpse spell, there will be no one to defy me, for all will fear my casting of the spell. Even the loft Lord British himself will affect his obeisance to me. Will offer his obeisance to me. Never heard of that word, obedience. Also not totally sure what spell they are referring to. Whoops, no, not you, Sentry. And then there was Karen by B. McDowell. Within the pages of this tome are words that relate the story of how one man's life was changed by a woman, both during their relationship and after. The tale is bittersweet, but both survive to become happier people with better outlooks on their lives. Okay, so just to check. Nature shifting celestials. Okay. Alright, maybe it's just a coincidence. I was thinking that there was an awful lot of usurping and conquering on this table, and if that's a reference to something, but I don't think that's true. Anyways, shelf number 2. The Winning Number by E.A.P. Burke. Herein is the sequel to The 5 Stages of Lawn Care. This novel, which focuses on the same two men, is set 10 years after the former work. 5 Stages of Lawn Care by A.P. Burke. This is the brilliant, witty depiction of the humorous antics of two young boys during one very hot summer in Britannia. From courting to practicing swordplay, the duo never seem to be able to avoid trouble. Though the boys grow up by the end of the story, they don't quite seem to lose all of their youthful instinct. Struck Commander by Gilberto. Oh, do we know Gilberto? Though I can't remember who he is off the top of my head. This tome is the fanciful story of a man who, along with several comrades, gains access to a flying vehicle, much like a cart, and uses his abilities to fight terrorists and despotic monarchs who employ mercenaries using their own flying carts. Oh, instead of Star Commander, Struck Commander. Collected Plays by Raimundo, who we also know, I think is the playwright in Britain or something. Housed inside this anthology of stage works are such greats as Three on a Codpiece, The Trials of the Avatar, The Plagiarist, Clue, Thumbs Down, and several other prize-winning pieces. For convenience in production, several suggested costumes and makeup techniques are listed in the back. Everything an Avatar should know about sex. I forgot about this book. Nothing. The Avatar doesn't need to know anything about sex, apparently. Chitty Chitty Bang Bang by Ian Fleming. This wonderful children's story of a car that could fly has been pleasing youths and adults alike for many generations. I guess they just like Chitty Chitty Bang Bang. Was there a title or an author to this? No. Okay, table number 2. When Starts the Adventure by Sabra. I really can't tell the difference between O's and A's. I guess O's are longer, so that'd be Sabra. Herein can be found a novel relating the travels of a fledgling warrior struggling to gain skill and respect in a treacherous world. As the warrior gains experience in dealing with opposition, he begins to notice how well the land is balanced in ideology. For every evil there seems to be a good, and vice versa. What a Fool Believes by P. Nolan. Within the pages of this book is the story of a bard, a blonde, and a bottle, the perfect combination for a classic tale of the war between the sexes. Sir Kilroy by Anonymous. This novel details the rise of a shining white knight driven to madness by the women in his life. Okay, shelf number 3. Bloodied Blades and Buxom Beauties. We've definitely read this before. The 111-Year, 3-Month, 7-Day War by Perrin. Within this work of fiction is written the renowned historical treatise that describes an intense and bloody civil war in the land of Britannia. The parable is designed to strike home the advantages the people of Britannia have by remaining unified under the rule of Lord British. Sounds like propaganda. You're better than that, British. Blade of the Griffin Barony by Pebbrigi. This novel is about a knight's fight against the doctrines of his society to win the love of a common maiden. Ribald Encounters by Madden. Within the pages of this anthology are many stories full of suggestive prose. Okie doke. And the last shelf, shelf number 4. Two in the Fold by Morian. Herein lies a fable of treachery in the fair city of Britain. A despicable guild of thieves who seek political power in the government sends 2 of its best members to infiltrate the royal castle. The true conflict arises when 2 of the royal guards begin to bicker so violently with each other that they miss important pieces of evidence that lead to the 2 thieves. The Summer of My Satisfaction by Plexis. The story within this novel relates to the tale of good King Kettle, who rules a great land without any troubles. That's the dream. The Knight and the Thief by Hobbes. This novel describes the life of an heroic warrior suffering from delusions of an alternate life as a rogue and cutpurse. And lastly, I Am Not a Dragon by Thompson. Within these pages is a bawdy tale of Belnarth, fictional lord of Serpent's Hold. This volume is part one of a great trilogy involving the humorous exploits of the lord and his fellow knights. Okay, I think we did it. I think we read everything in the Lyceum. Nothing out here. Right? Yeah. Alright, let's go back downstairs. Oh, is there anything in that room to open? Doesn't look like it. Oh, come on. No, nothing to open. Okay, let's go back downstairs then. And I believe we have some crystals to pick up. Or something like that from the tavern. Whoops. Let's go do that. Leave us alone, Frank. Unless there's more to see. Or more people to talk to. This, I don't think, goes to the tavern, but we may as well check it all out, just in case. It's just around the Lyceum. This is the, right, seamstress, or whatever. Oh, duh. This is the Fellowship. I believe there was still something we needed to do there as well. Don't actually remember which way I'm going, so. Farm. Oh, I don't think we talked to the farmers yet either. This, I believe, is to the dock. No, the Moongate, whence we came. Or perhaps how we arrived. Oh, right, and we spoke to you, whose name I forget. And that's the dock. Alright, please can I find the tavern? It's the moon game, I already know that. Okay, let's go to the farm. Can't remember if we talked to the farmers. Oh, the door. Oh no, this is the tavern. No, it's not. What art thou doing? I guess I have not spoken to them. You see a man with an unhappy look upon his face. Name? I am Cobalt of Moonglow. Don't know why I went with that, but we're gonna have to stick with it now. Job? I am a farmer, my lord. I manage my farm with the help of Tolemac, my brother, and Moors, our family friend. Moors? My brother and I have known Moors for most of our lives. He's very friendly when he is not too busy worrying about his stutter. Unfortunately, he listens to Tolemac too often. Stutter? Cubal looks down at the ground, shaking his head sadly. He started when he was 5 years old. He and my brother were wrestling in the back of a wagon driven by his parents. They hit a bump and he fell out and landed on his head. Ever since, he hath had his stutter. He looks back at you. The odd thing is, neither he nor Tolemac remember the accident, or at least Tolemac doth not. I cannot convince Morris to talk about it. That's interesting. Tolemac. He's my younger brother. Need I say more? I'm a little concerned about him, though. I'm used to his rebellious behavior, but recently he's joined the Fellowship. That frightens me. They frighten me. I've tried to get him to come to his senses, but he's too busy enjoying making me worry to listen. Also, he's trying to get Moors to join. I wish I could get him to reconsider. Reconsider? Unfortunately, Tolemach will not listen to me. However, he begins to smile hopefully, he just might listen to thee, my lord. Perhaps thou couldst talk him into reconverting? I would very much appreciate that. Perhaps, he nods, thou couldst also ask Moors not to join. Perhaps I could there, Cubalt. Tell me more of the Fellowship, or what you think about it. He spits on the ground. A bane to Britannia is what the Fellowship is. They have some odd philosophy that teaches thee to forget who thou art and follow them. The process is dehumanizing, and I think it meshes poorly with the 8 virtues. You're smarter than you come across. Smarter than the voice I gave you, perhaps. Not only that, but their leader here in Moonglow has persuaded Tolemach to join. Yeah, you mentioned that already. What do you think of Moonglow? The city occupies the entire island now, including the Lycaeum. Most of the residents still live south, though. We are due east of Britain proper. Residents? Zelda, the clerk at the Lycaeum, would be the best person to talk to about Moonglow's residents. Yeah, we did. Or the bartender, though I do not know his name. I know that the observatory head and the Lycaeum head are twins, but I've never met either of them. I do know that thou dost not want to talk to Rankin or Belena at the Fellowship. They are ill news to our once pleasant city. Okay, thanks, Cubalt. Take care, my lord. I forget which one that was. You see a friendly-looking farmer. Name? I am called Tolemach, my lord. Job? I help my brother tend our farm here in Moonglow. Moonglow? Yes, my lord, that is the name of the town thou art in. Dost thou have questions about the townspeople? Yeah, sure. I know only a few people here, my lord. My brother Cubalt runs the farm with me. Moors helps us too. We've known him for many years, and now that I've joined the Fellowship, I've met a few more people. Rankin is branch head here in Moonglow, and Belena is his assistant. If thou dost want to know about other people, thou mayest want to ask the bartender. His name is Fiercy. Right, Fiercy. What do you think of Rankin? Rankin is very intelligent. He's the one who persuaded me to join the Fellowship. I have much respect for him. And Belena? She is the branch clerk. Most of the time she is friendly. Sometimes, however, she seems a little cold. And what do you think of Moors? Moors and I grew up together. He is very sensitive about his stutter, though, so I would not bring it up. Stutter? It is difficult to get him to talk about it. I think it was caused by an accident he had when he was a child. Yeah, something weird's going on here. I barely remember the incident. My brother might remember more. Tell me about your brother. My brother is Cubalt. He frowns for a moment. He can be a bit overbearing at times, trying to take care of me. But, he shrugs, he means well, perhaps. I know I've caused him a bit of trouble every now and then, he says with a grin, but he deserves it. Fellowship? Rankin or Belena would be the best ones to ask, my lord, but I can tell thee our main tenets. We believe strongly in neo-realism. I think that's the first time we've heard them say that. Which is a form of No, it must not be true. Which is a form of optimistic outlook which may be reached through the triad of inner strength. I am hoping that soon I will be able to hear the voice that comes with meeting one's higher potential. Also, my lord, the Fellowship sponsors many feasts and festivals. I strongly recommend that thou ask Rankin about joining. Yeah, thanks. I already did. I asked Batlin, actually. It's no big deal. Would you reconsider and reconvert from the Fellowship? Reconvert? Why would I want to do that? Did my brother request this? He has always had a problem with letting me make mine own decisions. Nay, my lord, I will not abandon my beliefs. The Fellowship has done too much for my life. Like what? Okay, but we have been in here because the chest is unlocked. And I stole a bunch of food. I left you the sausages. That's right, I forgot. I don't need any of that. Okay, we got a few minutes left. myself a little bit more situated. Here we go. Yes, we know you could use a drink, Dupre. Check in here. Yeah. Oops. And it's nighttime, so he's not even here. He's staying with the healer, I believe, if I remember correctly. Yeah, we know Dupre. Okay, let's find the healer, who I believe is up here on the left. Although I should probably stop trying to guess/remember, because I've been wrong almost every time. Yeah, I don't think they're up here. Gremlins. Oh, is that Silverleaf? It is. Okay, gotta find the healers, gotta find... There he is. And is Buddy staying with you? Yeah, there he is. I forget your voice. Please, my lord, join me for some company. So that crystal you were telling us about earlier. Dost thou mean this? He pulls a small, clear, multifaceted gem from a pouch beneath his cloak. I just found this recently. I was hoping to sell it to the Lycaeum, but alas, they have no use for it. Dost thou want it, perhaps? He asks hopefully. I will sell it to thee for 20 gold. Yes, I thank thee. Bye-bye. May thy days be always pleasant, my lord. And I just want to take a look at it. Where is it? Is this it? Alchemist apparatus. I don't remember why we have that. Oh, is that the crystal? Where's the crystal? Okay, well let's go to what's his name and deliver it anyways. Wait, no, he's the observatory. Yeah, which is up this way. I think, or we just saw the gremlins. Oh, Brian, maybe. I guess I can't remember your name. One of you's Brian. I don't know where you sleep in this place. More of a main floor guy? I get that. That's not a staircase? Am I stuck? Oh, there we go. Where is he? Maybe he has a house? Ugh, fine. Oh, there he is. Oh, I don't remember his voice either. Salutations, my lord. I feel like he was a little nasally. Brian smiles. Hey, I got it right. Have crystal. Thou hast the crystal? Excellent. He takes the crystal that you got from the adventure and begins attaching it to his orrery viewer. Shortly he is finished. Want crystal? Use it well, my lord. He gives the contraption to you. Oh, right. Now I can check in on the... whatever it's called, the alignment. I guess that's it. Bye. Good day, my lord. Thou mayest use the observatory as often as thou wishest. He's not going to bug us about any of his weird contraptions, because we already did that. Okay, so let's take a look. Orrery viewer. And this, I believe, is what we will also see if we go out to the observatory. Is this exact setup? I don't think, as I mentioned, I think I mentioned before, I think that only really changes as we complete events in the main quest. I believe. It will be cool. It would be cool to maybe try to pay attention to what it looks like, and then come back and refer to it each time. But I probably won't remember. Anyways, so I think that's actually a pretty good place to stop for now, and that should finish us up in Moonglow, and we'll probably head down to the dungeon to start for the Fellowship next time. See you then.